key members of New York State Young Republicans have stepped down following a breaking Politico report exposing a shocking group chat flooded with racist and hateful language. Peter Giunta, who chaired the group when the exchanges occurred, is no longer working with New York Assembly member Mike Lawler. Joseph Maligno, the group's former general counsel, has also lost his job at the New York State Unified Court System. These resignations mark the latest chapter in a story that has caused outrage across the state and country. The scandal first erupted when Politico published details from a leaked 2,900-page Telegram chat involving young Republicans. The chat was packed with racist slur and hateful jokes, including insults against Black, Latino, Asian, and gay people. New York Republican leaders denounced the language as vile and inexcusable. Democratic leaders did the same, demanding accountability and urgent reforms. The fallout spread quickly. Vermont Senator Sam Douglass, also a member of the chat, is facing rising calls to resign. Even fellow Republicans and Vermont's Governor Phil Scott described the statements as deeply disturbing. William Hendricks, who was Kansas Young Republicans vice chair at the time, is no longer employed at the Kansas Attorney General's office. Bobby Walker, the current New York Young Republicans chair, has lost a campaign role with the congressional candidate Peter Obrecker. Political leaders across the spectrum have responded forcefully. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called the chat revolting on the Senate floor. He urged Republican leaders, including President Trump, to condemn the comments. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries went a step further, writing on social media that these individuals should be publicly exposed and held accountable. Congressional Black Caucus Chair Yvette Clarke and Asian Pacific American Caucus Chair Grace Meng also spoke out, stressing the dangerous tone set by those in positions of influence. Meanwhile, Vice President JD Vance took a different approach. He criticized Democratic candidate Jay Jones for inflammatory texts and argued that the real harm comes from the powerful people calling for violence, not just offensive jokes in college chat. The scandal is already affecting New York politics. The Democrat-aligned House Majority PAC shared photos of Giunta and Walker with vulnerable GOP Congressman Mike Lawler, increasing pressure. Lawler quickly disavowed the chat members and called for their resignations. Battleground New York PAC, which supports Democrats, demanded that the Republicans fully disavow all racist texts and address what it calls a deep rot within the party. The history behind this hate chat reveals a long-running conflict inside New York's Republican circles. Giunta claims the leaks came from local party rivals, specifically Gavin Wax and the New York City Young Republican Club. Both Giunta and Walker apologized for their language but questioned whether the released messages had been altered or taken out of context. They insisted that attempts to harm their reputation were coordinated and targeted. Despite claims of extortion and manipulation, leaders from both parties agree that the hateful messages are unacceptable. The National Young Republicans group declared that every member of the chat should resign. In simple terms, the scandal has triggered a moment of reckoning for young Republicans in New York and beyond. With midterms looming, these events are likely to shape the national debate on racism, accountability, and leadership. Political observers expect more fallout and further calls for resignation as the story unfolds. The full impact of this controversy remains to be seen, but for now, the message is clear. Hate has consequences, and the nation is watching.